I was always late for school, so my teacher wanted to meet my parents. I had no choice but to take her to the prison. The teacher was completely shocked to find my father in there. The moment he saw me, my dad jumped up and down with joy. Actually, my dad's mental capacity is like that of a 6-year-old child, but he was framed for murder, and I never believed it for a second. So with the help of the other inmates, I hid inside a cardboard box and smuggled myself into the prison. When the box was opened, the inmates looked at me happily, but I ignored them. I looked around and finally saw my dad. He crawled out from the corner and hugged me. His beard tickled my face. We both cried so hard that I promised myself that I would help my dad get out of prison. However, one of the uncles there was afraid that my presence would bring trouble for them, so he ran to report me to the guards. I could only stand there, frozen in fear. Sure enough, the prison guards immediately came after hearing the noise. I was forced to hide behind the door. I tightly held that inmate uncle's hand while crying, begging him not to say anything to the officers. Ultimately, he felt sorry for me and helped me hide. I ran right back into my dad's arms and told him to be quiet. The atmosphere that was tense moments ago turned into full of laughter inside the cell, so I stayed there. The uncles in the prison were so kind. They made star decorations out of cardboard on the cell ceiling. When the lights were on, the shadows fell onto our blanket, and it looked so beautiful. But unfortunately, during an inspection, the prison warden spotted me. My dad and I were separated once again. I was so heartbroken that I fell ill. When the warden came to visit me, I begged him, "Please arrest me too and put me in prison with my dad." The warden just stayed silent and left. It turned out he began to re-examine my dad's case. I didn't know what was on his mind, but not long after, I hid inside the box again and successfully returned to my dad's arms. Everyone eventually found out that my dad was just framed, so they rallied together to write letters of support so that his case could be re-evaluated. But when the trial began, my dad suddenly confessed that he was the one at fault. Later on, I found out that my dad had been threatened by the police chief. If he didn't confess, my life would be in danger. I wept uncontrollably as the judge slammed the gavel. My dad was sentenced to death, but the uncles in the prison refused to give up. They worked together to build a hot air balloon overnight. My dad and I were told to get on it. As the balloon flew high, I was so happy because I thought we were going to be free. I even danced with joy. But suddenly, the balloon stopped because its rope got caught on the prison fence. My dad and I could only stare in silence at the beautiful sunset for the last time before finally getting caught again. The day my dad was scheduled to be executed turned out to coincide with my birthday. My dad gave me a brand new school bag, the exact gift I had wanted the most for a long time. I hugged my father tightly because I knew this was our final meeting.
잘못했어요, 선생님.
Many years later, I returned to that very courtroom, but now I stand here as a lawyer. I finally succeeded in proving that my father was innocent and cleared his name.